Hey beautiful people, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my little corner of the interwebs. Today I have another video for you from the brand that y'all know I have feelings about, Ensley Reign Cosmetics. I'm going to be doing a first impressions on the Cold Moon palette. This is probably that's a lie. This is the second palette that caught my eye from the brand. If one thing is true, I will say that they have beautiful color stories that always have me doing a double take and sometimes end up living in my head rent free. And the Cold Moon palette was one of those because it is a stunning eyeshadow palette that really focuses on cool toned shadows. It does have a couple different formulations in terms of the mattes, holographic shades, some metallics, and I think some multichrome / duochrome shades. So you're getting a lot in this palette, but we'll get into all of that. So for today's video, per usual, I'm going to give you guys product details. I will pop up some swatches so you can see what it looks like on my complexion. I'm a medium deep with a yellow or golden undertone. And then I'm diving into 3 eye looks with this, you guys. I tried to go row by row, but you know, things happen. And then of course, I will come back at the end and wrap things up with my overarching thoughts. And let's go ahead and dive in. So, on the website, you all should know that the Cold Moon collection says that it is crafted to capture the essence of a frost-kissed fairy tale, perfect for creating ethereal looks that shimmer with the magic of the cold moon. From the captivating depths of our palette to the glistening allure of each pressed single and pigment, topped off with the enchanting sheen of our Cold Moon lip gloss, each item crafted to resonate with a magical energy of a winter fairy. So the Cold Moon palette is actually a part of a series, I guess a moon series, which includes Flower Moon, Strawberry Moon, and Harvest Moon. And there are 21 shades in this palette. You get 10 luxurious mattes and 11 specialty shimmers, including 4 multidimensional holochromes, 1 multichrome, 3 duochromes, and 2 ultra sparkly shimmers, and 1 classic satin shimmer. Now, like the previous palette, I don't know why either on the palette or on the website it doesn't say where this is made, but I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on this. This is my own recollection. I am pretty sure that Ensley Reign Cosmetics is made in China. I can't find it on the website. I can't find it on the palette packaging. What is happening? But either way, I'm going to say that this is made in China and there are 23.1 grams of product in totality. I also don't see a shelf life. Granted, I threw away the sleeve for this, so it might be on the sleeve somewhere. But from my recollection, the sleeve didn't have any extra information. So y'all let me know if you know what the shelf life is for this. It might be 12 months. It might be 18. Who knows? Sorry, I could not provide you guys with some more details. But anyways, those are the product in details for you guys. Let's dive into the demos and then I'll come back with my sort of overarching thoughts. Okay, so I think I want to approach this by doing 3 looks, 1 in each row. So I'm going to start off with the top row first, going in with this shade as my first transition shade, and that's called Winter Rose.
I don't like to wait, so you better not leave me on red. No, not tonight, 'cause I'm over with some friends and I'm over sending texts and I need to feel you here tonight.
Then I'm going to take Orithia and finally the deep matte shade and just start building it down as I usually do. So taking that Orithia shade and putting that right underneath that first shade.
The sound from the roof above, I know we only just met, but this could be fun. You should come.
And then using that same brush, I'm picking up that deep shade that's called Garnet. And I am going to build out the outer V. Okay, now in this row, we do have 4 shimmers. My mind, or like my eyes, were immediately drawn to this one, which is kind of funny because it's a very, very basic shimmer, as well as to this one. That's pretty. And then we have this one, and lastly this one. So these are the 4 shimmers in the top row. Let me just quickly swatch them for you.
I'm at a house in town.
gonna change my mind. The first shade is definitely more of a true sort of just standard metallic, and the rest are sort of these multi-chrome special shades. This one is definitely on the purple side, so I would say these two are definitely more purple leaning, and then these two are more sort of orangey red fiery colors. And I feel like I want to go with these two because I love a good orange red. I feel like we have a purple base, and this will help make it a little bit less monochromatic. So that means we're gonna go in with Aurora and then Snowdrop. So taking Aurora and Snowdrop. Yep. So we're gonna just plop Aurora right into this first half of the lid here. And this is one of those very piecey, thick, chunky shimmers. So if you want it to be smooth, you really have to spread it out, and you don't need a lot, you guys. And then taking Snowdrop, which also has that same texture, I'm gonna put that into the inner part of the eye here. Okay, so you see the vision, you see what I'm going for. I'm gonna go ahead, blend, mix everything together so we have a nice seamless look, and then come back and show you guys the final look.
Maybe it's too soon, yeah, you know we just met. What I got to lose, gonna send the address. I don't like to wait, so you better not leave me on red.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into the second look. I really want to dive into this second row, and I kind of want to keep things very simple. So I actually think I'm gonna start with a little bit of this first shade right here, and ooh, that looks light. That looks real light. That's basically white on me. Okay, so change of plans. We are not going to do anything with that look, with that shade. What I'm gonna do instead is I'm actually gonna go back up to the first row and take this shade. That is Winter Rose, and I'm gonna put that into the inner part of the eye. Then I'm gonna go into Catmint, and I'm gonna put that into the outer half as a transition shade. Although this might be a little deep.
If it gets too late, we'll go back to my house.
Okay, it's sharing out nicely.
'Cause I really need to feel you right now. 'Cause I know you're ADD, but just focus here on me, 'cause I need to feel you.
And then I'm gonna go straight into the deepest shade. This is called Mother's Night, and I'm gonna put that into the outer part. So that's gonna go into the outer V, blending it into that transition shade up and inwards.
You probably hear the sound from the roof above. I know we only just met, but this could be fun. You should come, yeah, you should come. 'Cause there's a room upstairs where nobody goes.
I really want to keep it simple, and all I want to do is put this holochrome shade on the lids. That is it. It is a smooth texture compared to the chunkier shades, and ooh, that is stunning. So literally all I'm gonna do, oh my god, is just plop that onto the lid, and that's it. Although I might go in with one other shade just to frame this, like I do sometimes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
With cars in the front, you'll probably hear the sound.
But we'll add that in at the end.
No, we only just met, but this could be fun.
This right here, this is the look.
Yeah, you should come. 'Cause there's a room upstairs where nobody goes, and I'll be good. I swear, just need you alone. I know we only.
Okay, so this is what the eyes are looking like. This is so pretty, you guys. Now let me go ahead and blend everything together, make this look a little bit more seamless. I think what I am gonna do in the end though is I might go back with either this shimmer, this is like a straight up silver, or with this one and just kind of like frame the eye. Like I like to draw just one little line there, and I have these two options. So I could either use, ooh, that's pretty. This is definitely like a gold green. Oh, that's stunning. But it might just be too much for this look. Or I can just go in with the straight up silver.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm thinking just the silver. Or, let me see. I know I wanted to do this row by row, but just going down one, there's another silver option that seems like it has a little bit more blue in it. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be either one of these two silver options. All right, y'all will see, and I'll let you guys know at the end. Okay, let's get started on the third and final look, full transparency. I can't remember what I did for the first two. I've been filming this video for weeks at this point, so just bear with me. It's been a time, you guys. So we're on this row. We're on the bottom row. Let's just go ahead and dive in. I think I want to go here in terms of the mattes. Like, let's start here, let's go here, then let's go here, and then I want to put these two shimmers on the lid. I don't think I've used them yet, but let's just try a little thing. So the first thing that I'm going in with is that matte shade. It's called Winter Solstice. Yeah, that's what it's called. And that's gonna go into the crease as a transition shade. I'm gonna try to be kind of light with it because you can probably tell it's a little light, a little icy. And I'm trying to do this quickly, which I feel like I say every time, but it's never really a thing. And I know I, in theory, should stop saying it, but one day I will not be an actual liar and actually be quick about it. But, you know, I'm trying to do this quickly because I've already lost pretty much half of the day. Full transparency, I was in bed all morning. Literally, it took everything for me to get out of bed. I have not been in the greatest mood. There's just a lot going on that maybe in the very near future I can give you guys an update on. But there's just been a lot going on, and mentally I'm like just not there. My mind is like all over the place. So I've just been kind of wallowing, which, you know, rational, logical me knows that if you just wallow, it just makes the situation worse. So I was in bed all morning, and then, you know, it always kind of clicked, and I was like, wait, this isn't making me feel better. You know, sometimes you want to stay in bed because you're not in a good mood, but it's also like, this isn't helping to improve my mood. It's just kind of making me feel worse. That's kind of what happened. I was like, let me just get my ass up and go about my day. So we're going in with this gray now. That's called Cold Moon. And we're going to start to deepen things up. So really, I was like, okay, time to get up. Time to like do things. Because at the end of the day, I think we all need, like, whenever you're in like a funk, I think that there needs to be a period of like, I just need to be sad and upset and feel all of the feelings. And I was kind of in that for a minute, but now I'm past it. I'm like, I felt all the things. I'm still feeling all the things. It's time for like action. How do I change how I'm feeling? And part of that is getting up and going about and doing the things that I need to get done. So staying in bed until noon, that can't happen anymore. We're done with that. We are past that. And then lastly, I'm going into Rebirth. And sorry if this look ends up being a little bit messy. It's been a minute since I've really done makeup. And that's part of why I'm like forcing myself to put makeup on my face today, is because having a nice face always cheers me up. So this is step one of me getting out of my funk, is I'm gonna look cute as hell. That is it. I have woken up and chose to be gorgeous today. Not that I'm not gorgeous on any other regular, degular, smegular day, but you know, something about a nice, bold eye look can change your whole vibe. So that's what we're doing today.
Maybe then I feel alright.
I really wish I remember what shades I'd already used because I don't want to duplicate things for you guys, but here we are. But I do know that I want to go in with this shade. It's called Storm Fairy, and I want to put that on the outer part of the eye. So just plopping that in with my finger, because as you could probably see from the texture of that, it's one of those, one, extra creamy shades, and two, it has those larger shimmer particles, which I'm not necessarily a huge fan. I like the thinner, maybe drier formula of shimmers. These large particles, they're not necessarily my vibe. And this is very creamy. So if you have creasing issues, if you have oily lids, I think you need to be mindful of this palette. And one, watch somebody who actually has oily lids to see how it interacts with them and what their thoughts are. Because I don't have that issue, but I can tell from the texture of this that it could potentially cause that. Okay, and then I want to go into Snow Crystal. And I want to put that into the... Oh, okay. Oh, this is another super creamy shade. Okay. So, like, ever so gently, if you're using your finger or even a brush, just be gentle, guys, because, wow. I don't think I went in that rough, but look at the impact. Anyways, taking my finger, I'm going to spread that around. Okay, you guys see the vision. This is what I'm going for. You know the drill. I'm going to go clean up this face, come back, show you guys the final look. And then let's talk about the Ensley Reign Cold Moon palette.
With cars in the front, you probably hear the sound from the roof above. I know we only just met, but this could be fun. You should come, yeah, you should come.
Okay, so I'm back. This is the final look with the Ensley Reign Cold Moon palette. So let's just quickly talk about it. I really like this. This was a lot of fun to play with. I'm not a cool tone gal, and these are some really, really pretty shadows that I think could work really well on a warmer complexion. Obviously, I have a very sort of warm yellow undertone, so I tend to shy away from cool toned products because they're not my natural go-to. I don't think that they complement me as well as like orange. Okay, so that's usually what I go for. But you know, this palette has been living rent-free in my head since the day it dropped, but I was very hesitant because of the price. I'm gonna be very frank. It's not that I didn't like the color story. It's not that I didn't think that the quality would be good. It's just that honestly, this is an expensive palette. Now, granted, I still think that. I don't think that I could say with my whole chest that this is a palette worth picking up. I don't think that I can say that for the price, this is something that I would tell you all, run out and go and pick out. Because one of the things that I am not a huge fan of when it comes to this palette is the fact that this has a lot of these shimmers that are that chunky, super creamy texture. And even though I am not somebody that has oily lids or deals with creasing, I do think that for a large majority of people, this could be a problem because of how creamy some of these shades are, that they could lead to creasing. That being said, when I did wear this palette, again, don't have those issues, I feel like it wore really well. This is one of those palettes that honestly, when you put it on in the morning, if you're wearing this for 8, 10, 12 hours, it's gonna look the exact same way by the end of the day. Again, this is coming from somebody that does not have any creasing or anything like that. So take that with a grain of salt. Check your other creators who do have those issues. But for me, I felt like in terms of the longevity of this palette, it was absolutely superb, completely phenomenal. In terms of the mattes in this palette, they're great, they're flawless, they blend well, they build well. Is it my favorite matte formula? No, but it's a good matte formula. I honestly think that we didn't need all of the grays. It would have been nice if there was another more peachy, cool toned shade like these two here. Like, it would have been nice to have something like these two. And honestly, I'm quite surprised that this cool tone palette doesn't exactly have a black, you know? Like, I would have taken this one out probably and given us a black shade. But some of these grays, couldn't really be bothered. Like this one here is basically pure white on my skin tone. It's just too light for me. But I'm not mad at it. One thing I will say, going back to the shimmers a little bit though, is that I talk about the chunky shimmer formula and I want to talk about the smooth shimmer formula. That is why I think Ensley Reign shines. That smooth shimmer formula is amazing. But what I was disappointed by is that a lot of the shades, I would say most of the shades in that smooth shimmer formula, are not exactly that holochrome or multichrome formula. I want to say that these three are just standard metallics. So like the formula that I like the most is also the least interesting in this palette. So that is why I'm not saying that this is one that you have to run out and go and buy. And I'm not saying that this is one that is like necessarily a must-have for me. But I have to say this palette performs well, it blends well, it builds well. No issues in terms of the quality and the performance of it. I just think it's a different preference when it comes to like the formulation and whether you prefer the chunky shimmer formula versus the smooth shimmer formula. That's pretty much it. So let me know, you guys. I know that this is old compared to how long this palette has been out. Is this a palette that you have? How do you guys feel about the Ensley Reign formula? Is it like a must-have, like a priority brand for you? I'm genuinely curious, so go ahead and leave all of that down in comments below. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I understand that the cadence of my videos has slowed down significantly. There's just been a lot going on and I'm trying to get back into a routine. So bear with me. I'm going to be back to 3 videos a week very, very soon. So just give me a little bit of time, you know? I'm not going anywhere. I promise you guys. It's summer. Place is summer in. I'm trying to be outside. Y'all know the drill. Anyways, if you want to continue to see more videos from me, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.